In this video, I'm going to go over the difference between rated range and estimated range. So they're two different things. The rated range is like the EPA rating of a ICE car, 39 miles per gallon. The way that they test ICE cars is they take that car and they put it on a dyno and they follow a prescribed script of different speeds, and then that tells them what the miles per gallon are for city and highway. That's not real world. They're just testing it on a dyno. So this EPA rating or rated range for the Tesla is a very similar thing. It's just a rating for it. It's not real world driving at all, nor is the ICE car. To get a 40 mile per gallon on the highway on an ICE car, you're going to drive 50 or 55 miles an hour with no wind on a flat road, and that's where you're going to get it. If you accelerate, you're going to use up more gas, and you're not going to get that rated range for your ICE car. So it's similar to the rated range for Tesla. There's a lot of things that play into why you don't get it, but that number doesn't change. It's an EPA rating, and it doesn't change. Now, the estimated range, which you can go to your energy graph, and you have three settings: 10 kilometers, 25 kilometers, or 50 kilometers, or it's 5 miles, 15 miles, and I believe 25 or 30 miles. It's just 15 and 30. And so it takes into account everything. It takes into account the how much energy you're using at the time. So if you're accelerating fast, it's going to give you a different number. If it's colder out, it's going to be a different number. If you're just driving at a steady pace on a flat road, it's going to be pretty straight graph. It's not going to be up and down, but you're not going to see that. You're going to see this. The one thing that it does have on this energy graph is it has your average over that period of 10, 25, or 50 kilometers, but also has a line, a solid line, that's the rated range. Now, again, that rated range, you're not going to hit it if you're doing 80 miles an hour. There's just no chance. Nor would you get the rated range on an ICE car. Now, there is two other options on that energy graph. There's the instant range, so it's estimating right there and then all the conditions that are affecting it, that point in time. Or the average range, which again is over that period of either 10, 25, or 50 kilometers. Now, while you're using the energy graph, there's an option at the top that shows trip, but it's grayed out, and when you click on it, it will say start a trip. So what it's actually saying is it doesn't know where you're going, so it can't estimate how much energy you're going to use. So put a destination up there. I'm going to go to a supercharger down the road. You can go there. You can see on the graph how much energy it expects you to use during that period under the conditions there are right now. And they're also taking into account that you're driving the speed limit. So any hills, you'll see it drop. If you're going down a hill, it's going to go up, and it takes all those into account. But as you're driving, there's a line that the car is on. And so if you are driving more efficiently, you'll be above that line. And if you drive less efficiency, so you're driving faster, accelerating everything, you're going to be below that line. So it kind of gives you that information. I will tell you that when I use the trip function and I'm going on a road trip, it's pretty accurate. It's within 1 to 2%. So unless you change your driving habit over that period, it's going to be pretty accurate. So I'm going to go through my notes here and we'll see what we got here. So the rated range. Again, rated range is the EPA. I don't think anybody should be looking at it. There's always someone out there saying they're not getting the rated range. So I would recommend that at the top where it shows the rated range and it tells you in miles or kilometers, just touch it, click on it, change it to percent, and don't worry about it. It really is nothing. It's just a number that they're showing you that says your car is rated at, and I believe it's like around 140 kilowatt hours. That's the number. It's somewhere in there. I'll have to look it up, but it's around the 140. So put it on percent. Don't worry about it. If you feel you're not getting the rated range, then there's a couple things. Either you have some degradation in your battery, or your driving habits are just a little too fast. You know, put it in chill mode. I tried this. I put it in chill mode for a week because my rated range was going down according to Teslafy. And the only thing that had changed was I was going on these long trips and doing a bit of supercharging. But my rated range, identified by Teslafy, was going down. And it was on a steady curve going down. So I decided I'd drive for an entire week on chill mode and drive like I have a little egg in between my foot. I don't want to crush it. So I'd accelerate slowly. I stayed below the speed limit for an entire week. Yeah, highways, in the city, everywhere, below the speed limit. Never rushed. It was kind of relaxing. It was a different mindset. But I saw nothing more in the rated range. It didn't change. It kind of fluctuated a little bit, but it really didn't change it. So driving like a granny made no difference on the rated range. I did it as somewhat of an experiment. But what I did find out from that was that by doing that, I was exceeding the rated range. I was actually hitting like 123, 124 kilowatt hour by driving so slow and not accelerating. Like I said, I had it on chill mode. I was still like not accelerating fast with that either, for sure. Didn't change the rated range. I did get better than the rated range. My range went, I actually traveled further on less energy, which is a good thing. That's all it did. So if you're just concerned on saving energy, make sure your tires are inflated to 42 pounds or more, somewhere between 42 and 45. They're going to be a little bit stiffer ride for you, at least on my car. Put it in chill mode. That's another one. Then just accelerate slowly. Even though you're in chill mode, it's going to feel like it's a slow car. Just accelerate slowly. Anticipate those lights. If you see a light coming up and it's red, slow down a little bit earlier. Instead of coming to a stop, just gradually slow down. Maybe you'll catch the light green and then you can continue on. You'll use less energy doing that than you are coming to a complete stop and then starting back up. Drive slowly. Stay below the speed limit or stay at the speed limit. Just don't drive over the speed limit. Yeah, so set it 2% and forget it. That's the key. Don't worry about it. If you want better range, just drive more efficiently. Can you get better range than the rated range? From that experiment, I've proved, and I should make a video on it, is yes, you can. You can definitely meet or pass the rated range. How can you do it? So here are the things that I did. I set it to chill mode. I ensured my tire pressure was 42 pounds cold. So not when they're hot, but like in the morning, just check your temperature before your pressure. And if they're at 42, they're fine. Drive less aggressively. Accelerate slowly. Slow down slowly too. I mean, don't come to a quick stop if you have to. Anticipate those traffic lights. That's another one. A hard one for me is drive slower, stay in the slow lane on the highway. So the speed limit's 60 or 100 kilometers an hour. Do the 100. No sense doing 130, 120, 110. Stay below that if you're trying to save energy. And I call it drive like a granny or grandpa. I'm an old man and I'm going to drive slow. So that's what I did. I did exceed the rated range. So the estimated range again. The estimated range takes into account all variables. It looks at your driving habits, the weather, the environment. It knows there's hills on that road. When you set the destination, you can see on that graph that you're going to be going up a hill or down a hill. I look at it, I know there's hills along the way. Takes into account your driving habits. Takes into account the environment, the temperature, the road conditions. Again, I found it very accurate, within 1 to 2%. Even on a long trip, like go 260, 300 kilometers, it was within that 1 to 3%. So you shouldn't have range anxiety. I don't have it at all. I don't even worry about it. I use this to do it. The benefit with the Tesla is if it determines you're not going to make it to the supercharger, the next one, it's going to pop up a screen and tell you to slow down. You need to slow down and just follow that. The good part about it, as you drive, if you see that you're going below the line, that means you're using more energy than it estimated, and you can adjust your driving habit. It's not going to change the EPA thing, but it's going to adjust to what it thinks you're going to arrive at that destination. So you can increase it by just driving more efficiently. So that is truly the difference between rated range and estimated range. Don't worry about the rated range. They should get rid of it. They shouldn't even put a number there, honestly. Just say there's a percent. You got 10%. Now I think, okay, I got 10%. I should charge, get to the next charger or something. That's it. Estimated range is a whole different thing. It uses the driving habits that you're going through and estimates on that trip what it's going to take. That's it. It's really good. I like the estimated range. Now you can use other applications like a Better Route Planner. I have that. It works really well. You can go and add it to your web page here on your phone, on your car. You can use it on your app on your phone or tablet or iPad. On the computer before you leave, you can see what it's going to estimate. You can take into road conditions, like road conditions. I'm driving 10 over. You could even tell it that. It's a really good app. Would I rely on that one over the Tesla? Probably not. It's right on my car. I set a destination. I set it. I forget it. Go to the energy graph. It's really simple, and it tells me, yeah, you're gonna make it. You're driving too slow. You're driving too fast. It's good. So those are the differences between the rated range and estimated range. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.